It's 8 PM, and GMTK Jam just started, and the theme for this year is. So I brainstormed for a while, and came up with an idea to start with. The player is a carrot, running from a chief that wants to cook it, but the chief can throw food at the carrot to stop it. But then I reversed the roles because. So, your goal as a player is to defeat the chief as fast as possible. So I ate, drank, and started working on the game. Quick tip, next time you join a game jam, eat before it starts. So, I started a brand new Godot project, and started working on the player, who could only jump. And because jumping is the only thing he could do, I made sure that jumping is really responsive, so I implemented a buffer timer, and made a better jump which simply works like this: if the player held the jumping button longer, he gets a higher jump. That's the only thing I did before the first day was over, so I slept, and woke up the following day at 9:30 AM to continue working on the game. So I worked on the enemy. So far, the enemy is a red rectangle running towards the player, but because the ground is moving left, you feel like the player is moving towards the enemies. Then I worked on the art, I drew the chief and the carrot, and made some juicy animations for the player. And then worked on the shooting mechanics. I made a crosshair that appears on the enemies, and takes some time to be filled, but once it fills you can destroy the enemy that has the crosshair on it. And look, we have some sort of gameplay going here. With that done, the second day was over, which means I have to speed run the third day, which is by the way the last day. So, it's the last day. I woke up at 9 AM, and after doing my daily routine it was 10 AM. So I started working on the boss. The boss simply has two states, chase state and offensive state. In the chase state he just chases the player, but in the offensive state he flies and shoots carrot projectiles at the player. But the player can click on his projectiles to make them explode. Well, I guess I'm done with that boss, so I started finishing the game up. I made an endless background, sound effects, main menu, game over screen, and victory screen. I also added high score, which I think didn't work good in the context of the game, because as I said earlier the player's goal is to defeat the boss as fast as possible, means the less time is better, in case you defeated the boss, but on the other hand, I made that the more time is better. But I ignored that high score issue, and built my game to Windows, and uploaded it to itch.io at the last hour. Well, it's July the 18th, and the results has just shown, so, my game was rated, 4,939th, based on 9 reviews, but I think that my rate is low because my game only got 9 reviews, and a lot of people just didn't know that my game even exists. So what I can tell you from this is, next time you join a jam, put some effort on marketing your game. I fixed some bugs that were in the jam version, and uploaded a new update to itch.io, so if you want to play the game by yourself, check the link in description, or scan this QR code. That's it for today's video, but you can still watch this video, where I started making my new Slime Ninja platformer fighting game.